Feminism, one of the most powerful intellectual movements that changed how we read, write, and interpret literature. But what exactly is feminist literary criticism? How did it evolve? And what should you, as a UGC NET aspirant, remember for Paper 2? Let's decode everything, from Wollstonecraft to Showalter, right here at the Literature Lounge. Before we begin, make sure you've subscribed to the Literature Lounge, where literature meets strategy. Now, let's dive deep into feminism in literature. Part 1. The origin of feminist thought. Feminism began as a socio-political movement that questioned patriarchal power structures. Its roots lie in the Enlightenment era, when thinkers like Mary Wollstonecraft wrote A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, 1792, demanding education and rational equality for women. Later, writers such as John Stuart Mill in The Subjection of Women, 1869, reinforced this argument philosophically, advocating gender equality as a measure of civilization. Part 2. The three waves of feminism. The development of feminism is often divided into three major waves, each with a distinct focus. First wave, 19th to early 20th century. It focused on legal and political rights, mainly women's suffrage. The literary concerns was representation of women as dependent, silenced, or confined to domesticity. The prominent figures are Mary Wollstonecraft, Virginia Woolf, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Key texts are A Room of One's Own, 1929, by Virginia Woolf, emphasized economic independence and intellectual freedom. Second wave, 1960s to 1980s. It expanded to social, cultural, and psychological oppression. It came with the slogan, "The personal is political." It focused on sexism, patriarchy, body politics, and representation. Major theorists were Simone de Beauvoir, Kate Millett, Betty Friedan. Key texts are The Second Sex, Sexual Politics and the Feminine Mystique. Third wave, 1990s onwards. It challenged universal notions of womanhood, introduced intersectionality, how race, class and gender intersect. Key figures are Bell Hooks, Audre Lorde, Judith Butler, Gayatri Spivak. It emphasized diversity and post-colonial feminism. Part 3. Feminist literary criticism. Feminist literary criticism studies how women are represented in literature and how female authors write differently. It evolved through two main approaches. 1. Feminist reading of patriarchal texts. Critics analyse how classic works by Shakespeare, Eliot, etc. reinforce male dominance or marginalise female voices. Example: the portrayal of Ophelia in Hamlet, or angel in the house ideal from Victorian poetry. 2. Gynocriticism. A woman-centred approach, studying the female literary tradition itself. Showalter's A Literature of Their Own proposed three phases of women's writing. Feminine, imitation of male norms. Feminist, protest against patriarchy. Female, self-discovery and identity. Part 4. Let's encapsulate important thinkers and theories. Mary Wollstonecraft. A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, the key idea was rational equality. Virginia Woolf. A Room of One's Own. Her key idea was economic plus creative independence. Simone de Beauvoir. The Second Sex, and her distinguished quote, "One is not born but becomes a woman." Kate Millett. Sexual Politics. Millett's theory was that literature reinforces patriarchy. Elaine Showalter. A Literature of Their Own, where she coined the term Gynocriticism. Toril Moy, Sexual Textual Politics, where feminism meets post-structuralism. Bell Hooks, Feminist Theory from Margin to Centre. She talks about intersectionality. Gayatri Spivak, Can the Subaltern Speak? An important work of post-colonial feminism. Part 5. Indian Feminist Writing. In India, feminist voices emerged both in regional and English writings. Pioneering figures include Toru Dutt, Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan; Kamala Das, My Story; Shashi Deshpande, Anita Desai, Arundhati Roy, Mahashweta Devi. They explored themes like marriage, autonomy, and silenced female subjectivity, blending feminism with Indian cultural reality. Part 6. Exam Tips. Focus on keywords: patriarchy, gynocriticism, intersectionality, representation. Remember first texts: Wollstonecraft, 1792; Woolf, 1929; Beauvoir, 1949. Practice PYQs related to feminist writers and critical theories. Hack. Remember WWB, Woolf, Wollstonecraft and de Beauvoir as the foundational trio of feminist thought. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It helps this channel reach more learners. For detailed notes and updates, follow the Literature Lounge on YouTube and Instagram.